Welcome back to the Neo Marketing Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to discuss whether or not advocacy should be part of your public relations advertising marketing mix.
Welcome to the weekly Neo Marketing Podcast, featuring one half of the Golden Group C-Suite, Kyle Golding, and Prince Pritchard, APR, PRSA Fellow.
So, Kyle, how are you today?
Fantastic. Got a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting conversation we're about to jump into.
Absolutely. Kind of follows up on a couple things that we've talked about before.
Certainly.
Should advocacy be part of your PR ad marketing mix? And it's a simple answer. Depends. Right?
Well, of course, let's get a little deeper into that.
Let's get a little deeper into that. Okay. If you're Tom Shoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Buy one, give one.
You've built that into your organization's
Absolutely.
culture from day one.
The originators, too. Remember, they did it first.
Right.
Right.
So you're golden.
Right.
Advocacy is certainly part of your DNA.
And it works.
When
it's authentic.
When it is authentic. And that's, but
Right.
that's the simple one.
Yeah.
Okay. So now your organization, and I'm going to pick on Burger King.
Okay, yeah.
Who's been around a while.
It's funny
trying
how
to
they
sell
like to
hamburgers,
jump into these things.
Right?
Yeah.
A few months ago, they jumped into the anti-bullying campaign with a commercial. It was kind of cute, it was kind of humorous, but it left me going, how does this relate to who they are and what they stand for?
It's like, of course, we want to be anti-bullying.
Everybody should.
But how does that relate to where I buy my hamburgers?
How does it relate to that nasty-looking king? In my humble
that's right. He
opinion.
freaks you out, doesn't he?
He freaks me out.
I like the king.
No, it's like, some people are afraid of clowns. I'm afraid of that guy.
I think he's cool. I like him.
So, and most recently, I think we were talking this morning, the pink tax.
Yes, they jumped into the pink tax, the conversation about their women's products that men don't have to buy, that they pay tax on when they purchase them. So is that an additional tax on being female?
Right.
It's an interesting conversation, and it's definitely a topic for discussion.
Absolutely.
But again, from your burger place?
Yeah. Where does that fit in with our culture? So if you've built it into your DNA.
And the two of them are different,
Oh,
too.
man.
So now we have bullying.
Yeah, so what happened to bullying,
Right,
by
inequality
the way?
issues.
Right.
Would either one of them have to do with the burger?
They did the one anti-bullying campaign. I haven't seen anything since.
Right.
So
which makes it look like a stunt.
Exactly. And how long will the pink tax thing last? And oh, by the way, what a terrible execution in my humble opinion.
I agree too.
I'm going to charge you $1 more for a pink basket of French fries.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. When it's really promoting their chicken fries, which is their product of the month,
Right.
So they didn't say, hey, how about the Whopper, who is our flagship product?
Right.
But something that we're actively promoting right now makes it even more superficial.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's a whole body of research over the past 3-4 years that says that indeed, in particular, millennials are attracted to organizations that are socially responsible.
Certainly.
And that in some cases, they make their decision on whether or not they're going to purchase or participate based on that socially responsible background.
All things equal, you're going to lean one way or the other.
If the product's the same, if the price is the same, then one company's socially responsible, the other one's not. I mean, I get it. Social justice is a big thing now.
Certainly.
And people are leading with their money.
And economics now, buying, selling, the commerce, is because of our communication, because of our technology, because we're all more connected to each other.
Right.
It is more relationship based.
Absolutely.
And part of a relationship is, are you a good person, or are you a good group of people via a company doing the right thing? And so when it's transactional, it's no big deal.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to stop at the first corner I come to and buy the first burger I see,
or a paper,
because
whatever,
I'm hungry,
right?
Then that's transactional. I don't care what the company does. I don't care how they treat their employees, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But if I'm going to drive across town and spend my hard-earned money on something, I want a relationship with them, and part of that relationship is their social responsibility.
What do they stand for? So back to the original answer, it depends.
Of course.
Okay. You're not Tom's. You didn't build it into your DNA, but you're seeing the research. You understand that this is important, and I do think that corporations have a responsibility to make society better.
Certainly, because a better society means better opportunities for transactions, means better employees. Live in a better community is better for everyone. A rising tide lifts all boats.
Absolutely. And lots of research on the business side that says that's exactly what corporations are supposed to do.
But see, when you brought up Tom's, what was the first thing I said to you?
The original.
And authentic.
And authentic,
Now,
exactly.
And then when we discussed how we weren't happy with Burger King's execution, what was the difference?
They're not authentic. It's a stunt. They're
Right.
trying to sell burgers.
People see through that.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, I'm not Tom's. I'm just going to throw my hands up, and I'm late. I can't do anything about it. Wrong. You can do something about it, and you should do something about it.
Hey, business is changing every day. Incorporate it into what you're doing next.
What you're doing next. What do you
As long
stand
as
for?
it's authentic, though.
Exactly. And it goes back to, in our last episode, you talked about branding.
Right.
And that's a process of understanding who you are, what you stand for.
For sure.
And if you had the guts to go through that process and come out the other side,
Honestly,
then there's an opportunity for you to find out where you can make society better.
absolutely. And there's no reason not to, because again, our commerce is relationship based. It's not simply transactional. So
Right.
if you want to build long-term relationships with repeat customers, which is the best customer you can have is a
Absolutely.
repeat customer,
You
right?
bet.
Then you have to be authentic and you have to be specific in how you're reaching out to the community and being a neighbor in the community as a business entity.
Yep, absolutely. How you're socially responsible.
Right, exactly.
And some folks would say, well, the business of business is to make money. That's true, but you can make money at the same time you're making society better.
But making money is not that A to B execution.
No,
It's not,
no.
I'm here, buy it, go away. It's a relationship.
It is.
It's A to Z now. There's so many levels, so many variations. There's also, I just don't have to spend my $20 on shoes or a hamburger or this microphone or
Right.
tickets to a basketball
Right.
game or tickets to a movie, or I might go give it to charity. That's what I could do with my $20. That's the competition. It used to be, if you had a hamburger joint, you competed against the hamburger joint across the street. You
Right.
didn't care about the one down the block, and you definitely didn't care one about charity or a sporting event or a pair of shoes because you sold hamburgers. Now you're competing for all of that for the same dollar,
Make society better.
right?
Find a tag. Find a relationship that is authentic, that relates to who you are and who you stand for, and go for it.
And
It's
then
not too late.
it's not just sales.
No,
It's
that's a
employees,
transaction.
right.
That's
It's
short term.
attracting employees, retaining employees,
Exactly.
employee morale, which productivity, also vendors, collaborations. If the next great collaboration between a sporting goods brand and an athlete or some other combination where someone's looking for someone to collaborate with, maybe your social responsibility is the thing that puts you over the edge or gets you kicked out of the conversation.
So, advocacy should be part of your public relations marketing advertising mix if it's authentic and it relates back to who you are and what you stand for.
And if you say answer yes to all those things, be specific. Pick 1, 2 areas, be specific, stick with them. Don't do one this week, one next week, one the other
Right.
week, because then that dilutes the authenticity.
Absolutely.
Go for it. Figure out what it is, whether it's based on your employees, based on your customers, based on where you live, where you work, etc. And then execute. Actually commit. Don't just write a check one time.
Right.
Be actually committed. There you
Be
go.
committed. And as a side note, just from my experience, pick an issue,
Right?
not a celebrity,
I like that.
because celebrities get in trouble all the time.
People come and go, but issues are
Issues are issues.
And as much as we're trying, world peace and world hunger, save the
Right.
whales,
Right.
we're not getting any of that done tomorrow.
Nope.
So keep
It's
working.
It's a marathon. Just to kind of wrap up, advocacy in my mind is a long-term strategy.
For sure.
It is certainly not transactional. It's
It's
not
not going to
short
increase
term.
sales this week,
Nope, it's not.
but
But
overall, it's good for you.
it's good
it's
for
the
you.
right move.
It's good for society. So,
Very good.
well, guess what? We made it through 52 issues, 1 year of the Neo Marketing Podcast. And so that means time for a little bit of a change.
So starting next month, the first Thursday of next month, The podcast will go bi-weekly, so the first and third Thursdays of the month, not every single week, but we're going to go to a longer format. We're going to have more guests.
Yep.
We're going to take more questions from you guys via social media and when we network with you out in the community. So send us your questions, your topics, your ideas, things you want us to talk about on the Neo Marketing Podcast. We might even change up our little scenario here.
knows?
Maybe we'll get a new table
Who
or some new
knows?
microphones. Who knows? But this is our last weekly episode. We'll be bi-weekly after this. We appreciate you guys sticking with us for this last year. Please tell your friends, tell your family, recommend us, share us on social media, and review us on iTunes. Appreciate
Absolutely. Engage.
that. There you go.
Until next time, ciao.
Good luck.